Can I put the woman underneath the bed?
Yeah, there's room enough for you to shove
Do
her
that
under. She wasn't a very
relatively
big
quickly.
lady.
I probably should go ahead and find a way to feed it soon.
I've been riding horses since I was a young'un. I ain't gonna stop now.
A crystal ball, which kind of fits the aesthetic.
Is there a human skull over there?
I recommend you keep it civil, my guy. Or it will be the worst night of your life.
Yeah.
I'm an angel! Sorry, I have to play it. It is what it is.
I think me and Crowley might be up.
Get
There
that!
you go, boss. That makes
Possibly.
it better.
I'll be back.
The wolves, pack, whatever you want to call them, they have left with the boss man, whoever it was, shot straight on in his head, though still somehow standing.
Weird fucker.
Not only that, but he then fell off the second floor. He smacked down into the floor into the second floor. Whatever. Now I've been drinking. And still, I know he's horrible, and still survived. And yet got up as if nothing was wrong and got the rest of the survivors, the 3 survivors, out. It is now quiet. Griller then makes his presence known as he goes on out until like the second floor rafter area and holds his hands out. A gun in his hand. He's not going to try to hide it was him. And you see right next to you Mal Davis looks up to him and you always have a magnificent sense of time, Griller. Come on down here. Let's talk. Tells him to bring his new pet as well.
Stop calling me that! I'm sorry. No.
Mal Davis
Where's my
looks
hat?
over to you, Mountain
Hmm?
Man. Theo. She motions for you to come on over. She apologizes. She tells you she was expecting them. They come every time she tries to hold any sort of counseling.
Sounds like they have boring lives if they don't have anything to do on their own.
I wouldn't say it's boring lives. They have a job. They work for the Camarilla. Does that
Okay.
name sound familiar to you?
I wish it did. So much just is shadow and fog.
I understand. Griller makes his way to the front, second floor, as he kind of looks over at you, Rune. Kind of makes the same motion of the same time of we're going up to the second floor. He's giving the motion of we're going down to the second floor. You jump, and I mean it's just like a little jump over as you land, hit the floor. It hits kind of hard as you're like oof. And honestly, you should have broken your ankles. Something.
I'll feel that
but
tomorrow. I won't.
maybe, but for now you feel fine. Just a little crack, and you stand up, surprised. As you then follow Griller. Thank you. I like how we can barely see you.
I'll try to slink in
Yeah.
like a church mouse.
As you follow Griller to the stage. Mal Davis looks towards you, Theo, and she looks at you with a little bit of pity. Honestly, that one's very obvious. She feels for you. She seems to kind of know where you are. She understands that you are confused. You have questions, and only she could give you all the answers. She takes a step towards
Honestly, I'd
Griller.
be happy with some answers.
Yeah. She takes a step towards Griller as she asks him, "Alright, big guy, why are you here? I know you're not here to try to fight for anything that matters. So what do you want?" He tells her in all honesty, and he then lights up his cigar once again.
Oh.
That he was just here to talk to Anita. He has really no need for you. I expected as much. How long are you both gonna stand aside and just do nothing? As long as I get the fucking chance to do so. And hey, if I have to leave, then we'll leave. I expected as much, honestly. So what's with the new one? Fuck if I know. And he doesn't know either.
Hello.
I guess we're in the same boat then, huh? He doesn't even remember anything. She looks towards you, Theo. Barely even knows if he even knows his name. Something's happening, and I don't know what it is. Maybe an antediluvian woke up. I don't know. But something's happening in the city. Yeah, Griller just says that's all bullshit. He tells her that new ones are being born every second, he swears to God. This isn't that strange. I don't know. Grilla, do you know anything of... Have you heard anything about Abraham? Of course not. I don't know anything about those creepy fuckers. Tremere are as quiet as any other clan's ever been. I know more about the Nosferatu than I do the Tremere. No. You just know what they're doing. They've been silent for a long time. Honestly, I think they're falling out with Jackson. You think so? I hope so. Maybe then he'll actually listen to me. Maybe he'll actually care. I have so many questions I want to ask him. What's his name? Grill looks towards you, Crowley.
Oh.
Tells her, go ahead. What's your name, kid?
My name? Oh, ma'am. Oh, my hat. My friends call me Rune. I'll be professional about this. You can call me Esther.
Do I have permission to call you Rune?
As far as I'm concerned, I am still certain this is a dream, but talk to me 24 hours from now. You may call me Rune if you so wish. Once I get to my lovely abode, if that happens in this dream, I imagine I will have as much whiskey in wherever as I can acquire in my system. I'll have a great time. Did you see me jump through that window? I did great.
Oh, he seems together.
Who are you? I wasn't paying
He calls
attention.
himself Theo. He's not quite sure exactly if that is his true name. He is just like you. New.
Pleasure, Theo.
Sure.
Doesn't talk much, does he?
Grilla, what do you plan to do with him? You are not one for Childer. You are not one for fledglings. There's no way you're keeping him, right? Nope.
Gorilla, come on. You can't be putting me off like that. Come on. We have so much connection. I mean, never mind.
Listen,
You do.
kid.
Okay. I'm listening.
You got potential, don't get me wrong, but I told you once and I'll tell you again, you stay with me and you die. You deserve at least a
See,
chance,
I got this
kid.
notepad. I wrote that down. All right. You might think I'm not paying attention in these dreams. I wrote that down. Okay. I like you. That's a risk I'm willing to
You're
take.
gonna remember, kid. That's what you should remember.
The notes, okay? I'll remember if I see this note in the morning. Yeah.
Once you understand the 13, what we're fighting against, then you can talk to me.
All
How
right.
does that
I'm
sound?
gonna push my notebook into his hands. Look. Put your number down in this book. Okay. I'll text you or I'll call you when I know about this 13th you're talking about. Okay? Once I got the preparations or I got the knowledge, okay? If I'm willing to take on the responsibility, I'll message you. You have done nothing for me but kindness. All right? I don't know what's gone on in these past few hours now, but you have treated me nothing but the best of will. And honestly, you kind of scared me a little bit when I first met you in the bar. But I feel you have nothing but the kindest intentions. I'm willing to give you the kind of trust. I'm willing to trust you a bit here. All right? And what I figure is I owe you a salt. Understand me, sir?
You owe me nothing, kid. There's nothing you could give me.
You don't know that yet.
thanks.
You don't know that yet.
Oh, I know that, kid. There's
No,
nothing.
I'm
you
here and I
owe
have
me.
nothing but potential. I could rise in whatever fantasy this is. Or not
You know
so.
what, kid? You could. You fucking could.
Listen, okay, you put it down in whatever you book you have, okay? I owe you. You got that? Rune Alistair owes you. Got that?
He nods. He'll give you some information. He only gives you an address.
Alright.
Seems like an address a little bit outside of Chicago, more so into the outskirts.
Okay.
You don't really know too much outside that area,
I
but
flip
you
open
can
my
at least,
book and I write it down.
yeah, you write down the address he gives you.
Okay.
He tells Mel Davis that he's made a plan. He thinks he has a place for this kid to go. He asks her what exactly she plans with this one. She looks towards you, Theo. I'll be honest, Theo. I don't know. You can't stay with me. There's too much on my head for you to stay with me. You won't stand a chance. Griller won't be there every time. You need to go somewhere safe so you can learn, remember.
Well, I do need to put myself back together, as it were, but in the brief moment that I've been in your presence, you seem to have minced words with another lady that seems to give off this presence of power, who definitely is fit, to put it nicely. And a bunch of people broke in and, well, this gentleman, as far as I could tell, dusted two of them and made the other one a little ventilated. But that didn't seem to dissuade him at all, at which point he left the establishment, patching bits of gray matter together. So, to say that it's dangerous around you, I would agree in that statement, but you're still here.
For now. For now, I'm still here.
Got a question. When I look at Milkman, what does he look like?
Yeah, you want to tell him, Outman?
The word average comes to mind. Unnoticeably so. Like, the level of vagueness just seems to come off. Like, if they were a person in a crowd, you would literally just instinctually look over them.
Okay. So I'm a few feet above you, is what I'm saying. The average height.
My goodness, that's hilarious. Sorry, I was laughing.
Why?
What a description.
I know, right?
That's funny.
This sounds about
Alright.
Meltman, yeah.
But it is very accurate for how the character ended up.
I like it. It's just funny. Just
And I mean, why is this something that you've heard before?
Have I heard his name?
Kinda.
Have I
His
heard what
name?
his name is during this dialogue?
You heard her call him Theo, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Theo.
Yeah. All right. Listen up, kids. It's
Yes,
gonna be a
ma'am.
quick lesson. It's gonna be short, and I'm sorry, but you'll learn more. I promise you that.
I
Especially
mentioned I
Theo.
might still have some human intoxication in my system.
Theo,
Yes.
Oh my damn. I'll back off.
you're not Tremere. I think you're like me. As I said before, you were created. You were gifted the gift by Tremere. But it was something else that brought you life. I'm gonna get personal. Because you deserve it. Just like you, I was given the kiss by Abraham.
Lincoln, I say that, I never mind, I'll back away.
She looks at you with that look of like expectation, like this isn't totally a normal.
Look, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm tired, I'm just gonna, I just walk away. Or
She
in the
tells
corner.
you, Theo, that she was not given life, though, by him. Though she was given the gift, her life was given by someone else. For me, it was a caitiff. I'm scared to say his name. I fear that he might not be alive anymore, but I hope that he is. He was a good man. He supported me through everything. He taught me everything. But he was at the bottom of the food chain of this new world that you found yourself in.
I see.
We are at the bottom of that food chain. No one is obligated to care for us. In fact, it is only detrimental for them to do so. They risk themselves more than anything else if they even try to care about our cause, about our lives, about our purpose. You're a caitiff, Theo. You do not bear the burdens of your ancestry. You are free. You are free to do whatever you wish. You just have to wish it. She kind of looks towards Griller as it gives her the...
I'm
This is more
assuming
you
I
than
heard
me.
like all this conversation.
Yep.
I don't know what the cave is like. Am I part of this?
Griller gives her the, you know more than me, go ahead. And she nods and looks towards you, Rune. She tells you, Rune, that you are a Bruja. You are not gifted such eloquencies as us caitiffs.
Ma'am, I agree. Not so quite elegant, as you say.
But you are gifted power.
Oh, you saw me jump through the window?
I don't need to see you jump through the window because I know you can do it.
Are you sure about that? I rolled 2 crits.
It was a really good job. I'm proud of it.
She looks, you know, you're babbling. Doesn't seem to be too. She just kind of lets it happen, and you can see this, Theo. It seems like this is an
Theo, you're right over there.
expectation.
You're kind of pinching your brow over there. You seem like you know more than I do. I assume that's your name.
Only how painful this feels.
Listen. I've been on a bender for like a week now. All right. I'm sure we're gonna be great friends. Okay, look at me and my friend. He looks through his note. Grill over here, like he's been helping me out all tonight, and we've had a great
It's a
time.
really good bike.
I'm kind of embarrassed. I had to ride on the back of his bicycle, but you know I couldn't find my own. I think it might have been stolen. I might have to file a replace.
Bicycle?
Yeah, my motorcycle. Yeah. You know, vroom vroom. I do like the Kind of like.
Oh,
thing.
so you didn't mean a pedal
No,
bicycle.
I haven't built a cycle since me and my grandpa back on the day, you know.
Is this guy for real?
You can see during this conversation, Mal Davis has kind of looked towards Griller, and Griller's given her a very it's a side smile. And there seems to be some sort of understanding between the two as he kind of communicates something to her that she seems to pick up on.
I don't know what's going on, but I show off my notes. I have little
nods.
notes. And I'll put them in my breast pocket.
Mal Davis tells you, Theo, that he is a Bruja. They are passion, strength, rebellious, if you catch my drift.
Okay. They get drunk often.
Uh-huh.
Why are you looking at me there, Theo? We only just met. Is it the hat? The attire?
Oh,
My accent?
no.
Theo, I can read your face like a sheep on wool.
On what? On what?
Don't worry about your sea boy, okay? Yeah, I think my earring fell. Okay. I start scratching, but it's dark in here. I'll start looking on the floor for my earring.
Mal Davis tells you, Theo, that there's much that she'd have to teach you in such a short time, but it is often they find themselves addicted to a certain type of blood.
Uh-huh.
Like the blood. Okay, hold on. I interject here. My drunken ass. Okay. I started talking about whole this vampire thing, right? Okay, and I threw up. I had some whiskey. I threw up, and there was this blood on the ground, and I had the dire temptation to suck it up off the ground. I resist the temptation. Can any of you? I'm waving a pen in the air. Which one of you will explain that to me? Anybody, please.
Well, after a few moments, you can tell that Mal Davis is trying not to laugh. She does find a lot of humor in this. Griller just seems like this is every day to him. He's just letting you go. He doesn't seem to care either
Listen,
way.
girl, don't disrespect me like that. Listen, I've treated you with the kindest redemption. Anyway,
Does he need to dry out a bit before having a serious conversation?
Mal Davis walks towards you, Rune.
okay.
She tells you, I'm sorry. You have a great challenge ahead of you.
Right.
You don't understand it. I know I don't expect you to, kid.
Not
but
just the alcohol.
It is just that.
It's more than that, ain't it? Vampire.
You're a vampire, and you're gonna have to feed off those who can state your addiction. May I recommend a place to you, kid?
You can. I mean, whatever you necessary.
I think you should go whenever you feel thirsty
Right.
to the red number 5.
Okay. Let me. Red. Hashtag as five.
So cute.
You'll find what you need there. I promise you that.
Listen, I already trusted this motherfucker over here. I look over at Griller. I've trusted him enough. Okay, he was being awfully suspicious with his lane. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. Give me a handshake. I'll trust you. I reach out my hand.
She'll shake your hand.
He takes my hand. I hold on tight. This is real, ain't it?
Feels real.
This. I ask her that. This is real, ain't it, ma'am? No dream.
You can fight it if you want to, but she's gonna pull you in for a hug.
I'll take it. Oh, take the.
Yep. She kind of like takes your hand, pulls you
Oh.
in. She gives you a hug,
Yeah.
and she whispers, "I'm sorry."
It's real. I whispered.
She tells you it's real.
Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, I just wanted to be a nightmare. Oh, it's real. Oh god. Okay, I hold her in close, and then after a few months, I break away. Oh man.
She tells you that it doesn't have to be a bad thing.
After this last week, it is a bad thing. One way or another, it's just been awful, and it's just gotten worse because now I have to deal with fucking vampires and werewolves sort of thing, and just
Rilla
give me a
tells
moment.
her-
I'm gonna walk over here. Okay, just you do your own thing. I'm just gonna sit over here. I take a seat on like wherever I can find a box or wherever it takes.
Gorilla
Ugh.
tells her that, and he says it pretty quietly. Theo, you can still hear it though. His voice isn't very quiet for what he is. He killed someone, Malvis. We're gonna need someone to take care of this. Mal Davis. And anyways, yeah, I can get someone. Where was it? I don't know. Someone close. I can only tell you that. Check around the Cobra Lounge, honestly. See if you can get Bowman on it. I can try, but you know damn well he's not going to want to do it. He's not going to care. What does he care? I have to pay him a lot of money. Alright. I'll get on it. Did Anita want to give him a place? Yeah, she'll give him a place. She already gave me the place where it is. Pretty close, but far from the hospital, thankfully. She smirks at him a bit. Interesting. Alright. Well. She looks over towards you, Theo. She kind of makes her way back up the stage.
If having all my memories would make me behave like that, maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
I don't know what you've lost,
Neither do I.
but you've lost a lot. And honestly, I think it's for the best.
Maybe.
It is. Don't doubt that. Don't ever doubt that. They will want you to doubt that. I'm thankful that you don't remember what you were. Especially because it involved Abraham. Your blood reeks of it.
In the
like
meanwhile,
you.
I start wandering down like random halls I can find. I'm just really upset.
So cute.
And you can just hear in the echo like boom Howard.
Out of character, is he gonna have to literally feed off only people that are just pissed? Is that his drink? Is that a drinking restriction for him?
You don't
as
know
well?
that yet. You don't know that yet.
Maybe.
You don't know that.
Oh God! And this is someone I'm probably going to have to work with on a regular basis.
You
I
didn't
love
even
it.
look at
This
my
is gonna be
DM I sent you
terrifying.
yet, man.
Oh.
Or you didn't look at my DM yet.
It's a good thing. Put the smart character with the drunk character. Boom.
That's
Well,
okay.
as
My
long as he lets
redemption
me
arc is
point
not
him
through
in the right
yet.
direction to punch, I suppose.
I'm
There
taking
you go.
notes. No, man. What can you say about yourself?
I think there's a reason you take notes. It's high school every day.
Mal
Thinking
Davis
about a doodle.
grabs your shoulder, Theo. She tells you to give her your questions and give them quick. Because I need to get you out of here.
How do
I start
contact you
wandering
if I
back
need
in.
you?
It's like, I got secure. You need. I run a business. Never mind. I leave.
She'll take your phone and she'll put in some information.
She takes my phone. Okay. I give
Not
her-
your phone.
There you go.
Put it into your too.
I hand over.
She'll take Theo. She'll take your phone. She asks if you remember the passcode.
Oh, I think I need to roll a check for that, don't I?
Yeah, honestly, probably. Go ahead and roll me a mental and a composure.
While you roll, I yell my
Mental
passcode
and-
over to her like 2152.
Oh, Jesus.
As I wander into a hallways, I don't know where they go.
What was the two you need me to roll? A mental and a what?
A resolve. Or composure, excuse me.
Composure. So that is going to be a 6. Thank
It's
God.
backwards, Candy.
It's also upside down.
No.
It's supposed
Go
to be-
till 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
We got 3
for
hours,
us.
Candy.
Did that roll go through? It's no longer updating for me for some reason.
What were you rolling?
It,
It was,
3. For some reason, the chat is not updating for me at all anymore.
You have installed, correct?
Was the last roll me?
D6.
The last roll was sent by Taylor.
Yes,
And that was the 70-10 that scored a 31.
That was,
I haven't
that was
seen
like 40
anything
minutes
since.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
else has been rolled since.
I tried rolling something just now and nothing popped up.
Well, I'm gonna roll too.
Oh yeah.
Flash roll.
Ba-na.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna roll because it'll be a
1,
great roll, and I'm not gonna waste it.
I roll now. I got 30. What?
Could it
Hold
be
on.
that it
I
we
didn't roll
passed a past midnight kind of thing and the chat needs to be reset?
Maybe.
I don't know how
that's
this
the thing.
works. I
We're,
don't know how
we're playing
Zoom
a
works.
Vampire the Masquerade game at night. Therefore,
I've been drinking water, man. I've been trying to cool down, but I've just been trying to get lost in the story.
It's pretty easy.
It is, because, like, we had, like, the weird unicorn thing. We had you.
It wasn't
All right,
a unicorn.
let's just make this easy. If you want, you can just then go send it to me instead. Just find Catherine and then roll now at me.
I trust both of you.
let's see here. Hold on.
You got no choice but to trust me. That ain't an
Nope.
option.
It's all white.
Okay, I
know, but
tried
no.
closing it and hold on. Why?
Catherine, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you.
I'm gonna rejoin the meeting and see if.
Why
that
would you make
fixes
me
it.
first?
I'm sorry. I wanted to make Taylor first, honestly, because he was the whole
Come
like,
on, Canty.
ooh, destiny
Taylor.
person.
Hey, I was either gonna be 1 to 2 hours late, and I was only 50 minutes late.
That's not bad.
I didn't know you were going to be late at all, my friend.
I know. I was only able to tell a few people. I'm sorry.
You're going.
Hi.
Hold on.
I think
we have
only
so many
Death-
trust issues
I
going on
know.
in here.
I think only Death
Why
and
not tell
Milkman
anyone?
knew. No
So
one else
you're-
was in the.
You only excluded me.
And E.T. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but come on.
They were the only two
I'm not
here
gonna
when
say
I
anything
said it.
mean. I never met E.T. until now. That's all I'm saying.
Hello.
Okay. Let's see here
E.T.,
if that
your horse
changed.
scares me. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't part of it, okay?
I didn't pick him out.
Honestly,
It was destiny.
I felt more at home than ever during all of this when your campaign was going on
I'm
because
sorry.
it felt like I was
Because I
back
was
at the
late.
rodeo.
No third eye. But next time.
But then the
third
horse
eye
came
right
out.
here.
Yeah, the
Just
weird
send it to
ass
me if it
fucking
doesn't
horse with the fucking
I'm trying
face.
to, but it's
The
just
face horse.
not. I assume I
Nothing
remember
like him.
Thank you.
vaguely enough to go ahead and
Not
guess at my
aging.
password.
Yeah, I would say that you give it maybe 2 or 3 tries, you're able to get in. There's really only
I'm the
a
kind
few,
of man
like,
that uses the
patterns
same
that
3
you would
passwords
have.
for everything, by the way. Just so
Yeah.
Meltman, stop!
You able to remember a brief amount about your past? You remember your birthday? Okay, good. All right. You're able to remember your graduation day. You
Oh.
actually can remember even a little bit about your life young.
Mhm.
your graduation, your childhood, just little bits and pieces as you're able to try a few passwords, some that just kind of jump out to you. As finally, after your third try, you try a combination of your birthday and your favorite number. As you plug it in, it passes through. You then kind of show it over to Mal Davis, who takes your phone. She's going to plug in her information.
You
The
said,
thing that stands out the most to you, I mean, she puts in a phone number. The area code's a little weird, but whatever. It's the email that sounds kind of weird. You didn't expect for her to put in an email, but she puts in a email. The at sounds kind of strange. It's at ShrekNet.
ShrekNet.
SCH. Yeah, Shrek.
I gotta write that in my notes.
Somebody
Once told me.
me the worm was gonna roll me.
Weird. You don't recognize that, but alright. Kind of nod. She.
Must be something that I just don't remember.
Is that at
anymore.
Gmail or at email?
It's Shrek. It's at ShrekNet.com.
At ShrekNet. Okay, .com.
It's like SCHRE. Right?
Can I hear this?
Hold on.
You can look it up. It's canon. It's not me.
I'm just gonna write that down.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
drunk, okay?
Daniel,
Leave
So
me
she
no.
alone.
puts that. You kind of look it over, nod, close it up. She tells you to send her a text.
SCHRECK net.com.
There you go.
SRCEK. R.
And she tells you to give her a text or whatever whenever you need her. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot going on, especially in these nights. A lot has changed, a lot has happened. But I'll try to help you when I can.
Anything that you can go ahead and provide me that I can read over or go through while you are occupied to try to piece things together on my own would also be a help.
In the background here. Hey, what time is it?
I
Echo.
wish I could
Time to
give
get a
that
watch.
you.
Now be quiet.
I really wish I do. There's really not much I can provide you.
I can
There's a
pick up
reason why-
enough that he's talking about blood and vampirism. I saw two people turn to dust in front of me, and someone regenerate a good chunk of their gray matter, which means that this is definitely something to do with the supernatural. I'm going to assume that this craving that I'm feeling, that I'm desperately continue to try to repress, has to do also with the reason why he accidentally killed someone, why you two need to get rid of the body, and you're talking about some other person to help you with that, and how it's going to cost money. So I may not remember much, but I'm trying to pick up everything I can and piece it together. So I'm assuming, since he said vampires, blood, that that's an affliction that he has. Am I right to assume that I have something similar?
I like you. You're smart, so I'm gonna give it to you straight. Are you ready?
Yes.
You're a vampire. You're a caitiff. You're a caitiff who's turned by Tremere, just like me, by the same man, Abraham. The only
Best way to
difference-
control this hunger.
Best way, feed it. Feed it what it wants. Make it happy. If you can, ally yourself with it. It'll do you good. It's like another being inside you that demands. And each demand is different with each beast. You best learn what it wants and learn it quick.
Okay. I know you're busy, and I know you've got a lot on your plate. I probably can't eat up any more of your time than is absolutely necessary. I will try
Listen,
not
kid,
to
I'll give
pest.
you as much time as I can. You deserve it. I've been in the same place that you've been in, by the same man. I don't want to cut you short.
What was the point in setting up a green screen if you weren't going to use it?
We can still hear you.
I know.
Because the art, the
I'm gonna
beauty.
pick up my watch.
Conti's been drinking.
I dropped my watch for comedic effect, and this is what you give me.
Shh. Go ahead.
Okay. Is there a way that I can acquire means to feed this hunger without going ahead and exposing myself or others to additional risk?
You don't have to kill anyone. You don't have to. If you can learn to control yourself and control it.
So as long as I feed it, and I choose it to feed it when I can in advance, I'm assuming it would be easier to control?
Feed it often. It's young. It's gonna be hungry. And the worst part is, the older you get, the hungrier it gets.
Great, so constant struggle. Got it.
If you can build a relationship with it, that's something that every vampire strives for. Come to an understanding. It'll be easier to control, easier to feed.
All right.
I can't tell you what your beast wants. That's something you'll have to find out yourself. But by the smell of you, it doesn't seem to be picky. It's starving, and it's been starving for a really long time.
Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I probably should go ahead and find a way to feed it soon. That's why I know, well, you are Presbyterian, I'm probably too.
Hey, Rune.
Yeah. Oh. I wandered back in through a hallway. Who said that?
Rune.
Yes.
I know you're
Ma'am.
afflicted, and I'm sorry for that. It's gonna be tough for you, but
It's a.
I think that you'll be able to overcome it. As long as there's someone in your group who is strong enough.
God.
And I know as a Bruja that may be hard to hear, but you're gonna need someone strong enough
Oh,
to
God.
put you in your place.
At my. Ma'am.
Go ahead. Speak what you want to say, but prove me right, Bruja.
I'm not the most humble man. I've tried my best to prove myself there and
I
then
bet
again.
as soon as I start to talk, you will show. Oh, look at that. How wonderful. So all you will need is someone like that within your group, and you will be easily
Besides,
controlled.
a smart man or woman. That's what you're saying.
I like you, Rune. I like you a lot.
I might not seem like the smartest man, but I got wits beyond my years, ma'am. It's hot.
My lady.
You're cute. You're very cute.
Ma'am, don't flatter me.
Theo, have you learned anything from this lesson? Did you miss the lesson entirely? Were you too distracted by this Bruja?
Is that why I
I
am?
would say that the words in the situation crafted by you helped guide it the way it needed to.
You'll do just fine. And I think the two of you will make great allies. I don't want to force any fledglings on each other, but I want you to know no one cares about you, either of you. You are young. You have no worth. You have no purpose. And not only that, the Camarilla sees you only as cannon fodder.
I still don't know what that is.
Think of them as the U.S. government.
Fuck
They
'em.
are
All
the
right,
ones.
gotcha. Clear, understood.
Exactly.
Excellent.
They are the
Where-
ones who only wish
Who
to
do I
control
fuck up?
you.
I pull out my
They
pocket knife, I
are
start
the
stabbing.
only ones who wish to manipulate you. They serve no good but for themselves. And I do not want you to forget such things. We lost only our kind to the black spiral dancers because of the Camarilla. You think any of them died for our loss? No. It was only us who died. And it's really only us and people like Anita who remember such things. I do not want you to forget such things.
I take it I fully
Do
don't
not trust the Camarilla. And I don't care if you trust the Anarchs. I do not care. But I want you to know that we care. And we don't want you to be added to the list of those that have been lost because of Camarilla viciousness and compassion. No. We don't want you to be the next. We want you to fight what is right and to stand a chance. I think you both will be good for each other because you are young, because you are confused, and because you both have not been manipulated by the pigs.
Okay.
The pigs, finally some language I start to understand.
It is in your blood to understand, Rune. It is you, Theo, I worry about. It is in your blood to succumb to their manipulation. And I want you to fight against that. I want you to be your own person. I don't want you to be what they have made you to be.
Okay, then. I can definitely tell that you're very passionate about this. But again, I don't have the knowledge. You mentioned spiral dancers. I have no way to put that into any sort of framing.
I can help you. Werewolves. Garu. They have fought us for so long for Chicago. It is only because of our bloodshed, manipulated by the Camarilla, that they have been driven back. It is the Brujah, the Caitiffs, the Gangrel. They have sacrificed, while the Ventru have lost none.
I assume that the Ventru lead this Camarilla then?
You are correct.
So...
Jackson.
And as you've mentioned, we're the low man's on the totem pole, the cannon fodder. So I'm assuming that that new vampires are being made for the sake of fighting this fight and thrown into it, kind of like a meat grinder.
You are smart, Theo. So I'm talking to you directly. You are a sign of Gehenna. You are the sign of the end of their kind. You are not restricted by the same flaws and fallacies that they are restricted by. You are free. You are just like our forefounder, our grandfather, our master, whatever you want to call him. You are just like Cain. You can be and do whatever you want. That is why they are afraid of you. That is why they wish to kill you. They see you as a sign for their end.
I suppose. I don't know for sure, but I really hope that they don't want to kill me. I don't think I want to become... Would it be re-dead? Undead? Dead? Did?
I gotta ask, is Gorilla still in here?
Yeah. You will be nothing. And I wish I could tell you more about what happens to us when we die, but that is a mystery no one understands.
Okay. Where would I go ahead? Because there's so many terms, so much information that I'm absorbing now, trying to understand all this. Is there like a vampire library?
You mean Wikipedia?
Internet?
None that you have
Wikipedia?
access to, I'll tell you that much.
Is there a way to gain access to this? Because it sounds like I need to do a lot of research, and I need to do a lot of research like yesterday.
I'll tell you this. You're caitiff. You're clanless. You are a mistake. Alright? There is no place I can send you that they will allow you to go. There is very little... I'll give it to you straight. There are no clans that care about you. None whatsoever. And the only one that shares a bloodline with you, well, they are weaker than you are. Any allies that you can make, and any facade that you can portray that would be better for you, that is what you need to do. I wish I could give you a library. I wish I could give you a guideline, but there is no guideline that we are gifted because we are expected to die. We are expected to fuck up. So they can send the hounds after us any second. I will tell you this, Rune. Be quiet. Be patient. And watch. And you will learn. Learn what feeds your beast. And learn what you can about what you have forgotten. I would love to teach you more, but you will not survive if I keep you. This was a fortunate event that it was only Tyrus and his little group that showed up. We will not be so fortunate next time.
And where do we go from here?
I start jotting down my notebook. I wrote down. Wolf, question mark?
I think you have a choice, I'll be honest. I will not decide for you. You are free to decide what you want. It seems you do not remember if you had a home, correct?
No. Well, unless you call some sort of prison cell in a research facility home.
I do not. Then we will find you a home.
Not to be disrespecting, ma'am, but I do own a little bit of a security situation. We have a secure system at my whereabouts, so don't need to be implicating, but if any of you would so welcome wish, I do have an abode of sorts.
Do you?
Oh yes, I have a security system sorts. Nothing too high grade, just, you know, your average camera setup, you know, alarm bells, civilian plus kind of thing.
Well, Theo, do you have any other place that you can go?
No.
I think it's a great place for you to try. I have no place I can offer you refuge. I do not stay in one place. I do not live anywhere. That would be suicide. I wish I could offer you haven, but there is no haven I can offer you. This will be at least a good first night for you. Some place where you can stay and avoid the sunlight. And I will make that clear to both of you. Avoid the sunlight. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll probably still stick my hand out inside the curtain, but see. Yeah.
If you do that, then do not blame me for when you lose your hand.
Entire hand?
Entire hand, and perhaps even more if you are not strong enough to fight against its will. Do you wish to fight your will against God? I do not think so.
I didn't believe in God till now, but in the morning I might reconsider.
Perhaps you could reconsider now. I think this is a good first place for you to spend your night. It will not last. But somewhere for you to rest your head
better.
until you can find someplace better. Correct.
Understood.
I am sorry, Theo. I did not expect to see you. I found you on surprise. And I saw me within you. That is why I wanted to give you a chance.
I appreciate it.
I don't know if you do, and I don't know if you ever will. In fact, you might hate me for it. And I don't blame you. I do not want you to think that you owe me any favors. You don't. In fact, I might have only made the situation worse. And I'm sorry if I did.
I don't know enough about the situation to hold anything against you. You have not offered me anything that would be openly a hindrance.
Have you been
Although I
drinking too?
do
'Cause that's how
understand,
I can only accept this right now.
I do understand that you have your battles, and inadvertently I might get caught up in them. You have
Not
your
if I have
passions,
anything
your
to do with them.
drives, and the things that you need to achieve. And therefore you do not have the time to dote on me. But it was better than to leave me in a gutter to turn to ash the next sunrise, I suppose. So you've done me a kindness, despite having so much that you already need to handle. For that, I am grateful.
She places a hand on your shoulder. And you can tell evidently that she's emotional. She tells you that I just want you to be better than I was. And I think you will be. I think when my time comes, you'll be the next to replace me. And I'm excited for you.
I don't hope to replace anyone. I only want to understand.
I know. I know. For right now, just focus on staying alive, okay? That's all that is important to you. Stay alive. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. You need to learn what you are and what you need to do. I don't want to hear if anyone thinks you have a greater cause. It's not important right now. Until you fully understand what situation you got yourself into, just stay alive, kid.
I'll do my best to.
I'm sorry. And I hope I didn't make a mistake.
We all make mistakes. How we learn from them and grow is what makes us what we are, isn't it? If this is a mistake, then you'll learn how to do it better next time. As long as you still exist, there's always a chance to do things better. We all have to just keep on existing.
She squeezes your shoulder. All right, and I'll move on.
All right. Ooh.
I'm
So you're
moving back
definitely- Oh, E.T.
to the beautiful, beautiful Lynn. E.T. in other terms. Any cowboy girl is beautiful in my eyes. Can't go wrong. All right. You come to after that brief moment of unity. As you are moving As you come to, you can see that you are in a dark forest. There is a road, lies in front of you, 1-lane traffic, and you are on top of a horse that, as soon as you come to, it hits you. A horse of power, ferocity, chaos. You regain yourself after a few moments of blur. You are barebacking, as they call it, this horse. And you are not quite sure where you are heading. But after a while, as you kind of come to get control of yourself, your beast still as timid as ever, you finally pass a street sign. One that tells you that you have about 40 miles until you hit Chicago. Now, as you come to, it is dark. With your vampiric vision, you can still only see so little. Do you wish to regain control over the horse, or are you just gonna continue on the path?
Can I go like an in-between? Like have some control, but not all?
Sure. Go ahead and roll for me a social and an animal kin, and then add that extra dice for your horse specialty.
So 7.
Correct, yeah, 7.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, I'll just roll it for you.
I got 5 crits.
My
Or
fucking
not 5 crits.
successes.
5,
Yeah, I
okay.
gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you get control of yourself, timid down that beast, as you then put a little bit of control as you grab onto its mane, hold onto it, let it know that you are still here. As you feel this connection, this strange connection between the two of you, as you ride, you understand its purpose. Calamity. Chaos. 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 This horse, it wants to be uncontrollable. But you as a rider, well, you know that's... If you're going to have a powerful steed, uncontrollable is not what it takes. So as you grab onto those reins, you give it a jerk, and you remind this horse, Calamity, that it is not the only one that is in charge. And you feel a little bit of fight back, but as you hold on firm, it seems to give in a little bit. As it then begins to slow, and this type of communication once again fulfills your mind. It seems that this chaos that it has in mind, it wants everyone to know what it is. And you know what it is. Unstoppable, powerful, ferocious. It holds no mercy. This horse, Calamity, is intelligent. And it needs the world to know that it is such. You know what it intends to do in Chicago. Do you wish to continue on towards the path, or do you wish to send it somewhere else?
I do believe my personal house would be like on the edge of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably want to take it more there and not try to be so inconspicuous with it to take it in the middle of town.
Smart. Alright. Then you instead, even though it wants to head straight into the city, In fact, into the darkest depths of the city. Downtown, honestly, if it had its way. You lead it off its path to head to your abode, where you rest your nights, where you protect yourself from the sun and the mortals and the everyday life. And it seems to obey you. You're hard to tell if it's out of respect. Honestly, it seems more so out of curiosity, as it lets you take you off its destined path. It heads to the outskirts of Chicago into a small little farmland with a barn with one pasture. You definitely really only focus on one horse, maybe two at a time. For one horse alone is enough work. More than that, you need help, for sure. And it obeys you, surprisingly so, as it'll let you bring it inside. But once it gets to the stabling, well, that's when it fights you. It does not wish to be stabled. It is better than that. What do you do?
Instead of putting it in a stall, she would probably want to put it in the little fenced pasture that she has.
Yeah, you then just lead it into the barn, out to the pasture where it's all fenced off. It seems to find a lot more peace in that. You notice that it finds no interest in hay. None at all. In fact, it finds it almost insulting when it takes a look at it off to the side. And you can sense that it is almost eerily studying this pasture, almost learning its weaknesses, its strengths. If it wanted to break out, how would it do it? And it watches you. What do you do?
Probably just admiring it. Just so that I'm clear about this, male or female?
It seems like it's a male, from at
Okay.
least what the strange wolf-like gentleman told you.
Okay. She's probably just thinking in her mind, probably gonna have to electrify this fence.
Well,
Think that's gonna solve the problem? Think that's gonna be enough?
its eyes make contact with yours, this orange glow. And you hear within your mind, once again, just like always, barely audible, inhuman. You have a hard time understanding it, yet somehow you do. Good night. And the horse seems to make itself comfortable in this pasture area. Kind of digs its feet in as it finally lays down and is now just staring at you.
Yeah, have a good night there, Calamity.
Its head cocks to the side as you speak and close everything up. You close up the barn. Any other animals you have, you make sure they are cleaned up and ready for the next morning as they sleep. Close up the barn, and when you make your way out to the pasture, Calamity is right there at the fence, just watching you. Seeing what you do. Learning. With each step you make, its eyes glow. The sun isn't to rise for a while. And you have this strange connection with this horse, that it too waits for the sunrise. Though it does not fear it like you do. What do you do? Would you like to make your way back into the house? Or would you like to stare down this horse? There's no other better way to put it, really.
She's probably gonna go inside the house just thinking, like, I have a demon horse now. Ha,
Or does the demon horse have you?
that's also a possibility. It's on my land.
It's true.
My name. Fuzzy Lumpkins. Don't touch my stuff.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know why, but that just made me think of the song "You Can Have My Girl, but Don't Touch My Hat."
God damn it. Alright. This horse has given you a little bit of the heebie-jeebies. Just a little bit.
Do we scotch?
It watches you like a human being does. Learning. As you make your way. It's on your land. This horse is yours. And there does seem to be a little bit of understanding with that. It seems comfortable. As it's laid itself down. It's still somehow, it's almost like it's mocking you. You hear a voice inside your head. Bestial. Hard to tell the gender. Hard to even tell what it says exactly. Good luck. And you continue. Not much else you can do with this friend, beast, steed, whatever you want to call it. And I will move on and finish up Death and Taylor, because it is getting close. Alright, Death. You have left Vidoma's carriage. We'll call it that. Caravan, whatever you desire. Answers, you're not certain. You're not really religious or into any of this fucking hoopla nonsense, so it was really seemingly just a waste of time, in your opinion. I'm not quite sure what Bowman exactly meant, but you make your way out. Really, all that you learned was, I guess, whoever you are looking for is, quote-unquote, a little bit out of your league, I guess. But there's been a lot of people out of your league that you've taken care of, so what does that really mean, in all honesty? You head back to your car, and it's untouched. Nothing has been even noticeably observed, honestly. It seems like they really didn't care about your presence altogether. You get back into your car, uncertain of what this meant. What do you do?
Well, seeing as my only lead's fucking gone, I'm just gonna go home.
This is kind of a waste of time. She gave you some stupid, crazy nonsense, showed her little prosthetic eye. You're pretty disappointed, honestly. What was Bowman thinking? Honestly, he's never given you a wasted lead before. This is probably the first time. Alright. You get into your car. You make your way back home. Which home are you heading to exactly?
My one in Chicago.
Your fancy one. You head back. You park in the parking structure in your reserved VIP location, so you can just head into the elevator and make your way to where you wish to be headed. You go to the top floors. Of course, it always takes some time. But you spend this time just to think. Honestly, what she said was some crazy mumbo jumbo your grandma would have said. To be a good boy and all that nonsense. Elevator dings. And you make your way into your penthouse. You can see the expanse of Chicago. Still that feeling of frustration, honestly. It's the closest word. You said you're heading to bed?
Yeah.
You head straight to your bed. Do you want to take any drinks, or are you just going straight, just hitting that hay?
No, I'm going to bed.
You head straight upstairs. It's late, especially for a mortal. You lay yourself on down, and you close your eyes. And honestly, it's not long until sleep overcomes you. It's comforting. It's darkness. At least for a little while. And honestly, it's just nothing. Nothing.
Oh, I heard that. It's good snap.
Silence. Darkness. You are asleep. Cloaked in impenetrable shadow. You move forward, but you can't. You cannot feel your legs, your arms, your body. Whisper. You should not be there. No concept of what lies around you. Finally, there is movement. A shadow in the vacuum darts amongst you. Across, around, within. Maddening with each word. Imposed. You are imposed. Your focus uncontrolled, yet all of it pulled towards a void within this darkness. Surrounding you. Consuming you. All there to greet you is the gates of hell, opening like a great maw. What it is, it's inconceivable. Get me out. As you awake, it is around the afternoon. You always go to bed late, wake up, fairly early. But you remember your dream? I don't know. I mean, you've had a lot of nightmares. That's not a normal for you. But this one was, I don't know, strange, ridiculous. For some reason, you can't forget it, even as silly as it was. You get yourself ready, and you make yourself ready for your rest of your day. You remember what you learned from Vadoma. A lot of spiritual, you could be better kind of nonsense. That dream, whatever it was, you try to forget it. As you get yourself ready, what would you like to do to start your early evening?
Well, I'm gonna check on my business. See if I got any meetings, that kind of shit today.
Alright. The only thing that you really have scheduled for the day is to get some of the requests in and accepted for your project, your limo project. Wink, wink. Honestly, that's about it. Everything else is going to be handled by those below you. That should be happening in the next hour and a half.
So I'm receiving the parts?
Precisely. Not only is it receiving, but it's also, let's say, a quality inspection. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yes.
But that's all that you have. So you have an hour and a half to kill. They will be coming to your, let's say, palace. So you don't have much to do besides just prepare yourself as such.
Alright. Take a shower, get dressed. That's all I gotta do. Have some breakfast.
Alright. You take a shower. Clean yourself up. Take a shower. Maybe do a little bit of trim in, whatever it is that you need to do. Clean yourself up. Eat yourself some food. Really, nothing else out of the norm. Sure, you're getting paid a little bit more than normal, but it is kind of more mysterious than what Bowman usually gives you. So, yeah, honestly, the extra pay kind of makes sense. Especially with this little game that he wants to play with you, but you know Bowman, he's always a little erratic. Hopefully that Vadoma thing was really the erraticness that he expected. You get yourself well fed. Get your guns ready. Cleaned. Whatever it is that you think that you will need for the day, I will let decide that. Let you decide that, just, you know, not on record. And where do you wish to head for the first point of your day? She said that she knew someone who would be helpful for you, but she never mentioned who that person was. Unfortunately. Crazy ass lady.
I think I'm just going to have a stroll around my top floors.
Alright. You know, although you're not really a believer in that mumbo jumbo, she never told you when, why, who. So you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna focus on you. We're gonna focus on what you need today. That's really what makes the most logical sense. If it's true what this bitch said, it'll happen. If not, well, then by the time you get all this necessary stuff out of the way, you'll figure it out. Logical. Simple. You stroll around the top floors of your penthouse, making sure everything is in order. You do this occasionally. It's really not too out of the norm. As everyone sees you stroll around, it quickly perks themselves up, clean themselves up to really make it look like they're giving it all them all. Whether it be creating, guarding, anything. They get themselves in order. Give you even a good morning, good afternoon, various ways that they put it. As you make your way and stroll on through. Nothing seems out of the norm. Besides just the occasional kiss ass here and there, but everyone seems to be working at their posts. It's as good as you could expect it to be. You finally get the notification that it's time for your meeting. It's time for you to meet the gentlemen that come from the United Kingdom to speak with you. As you make your way on down to the meeting room, takes just a few moments with the elevator as it opens on up. You make your way on out through the hall. It's pretty quiet as you just head straight to the meeting room, which already looks to be 2 gentlemen within. They match the stereotypes through and through, blonde hair and blue eyes. It's almost comical at this point, the 2 of them. Not bad looking gentlemen, but honestly you could easily forget them in a crowd. They wait in the room as one of the nice, pretty cute secretaries. You can tell she's definitely one of the younger ones, though this is way beyond your pay grade to give a crap of who the heck's charging her. But she's cute, so whoever did it, good job. She nods you and kind of motions you on through. Tells you that the gentlemen are waiting for you, sir. She smiles as she kind of opens up the door for you, lets you on through.
Oh, thank you. Gentlemen, what do we got today?
Their attentions are turned as they make their way on, sit on down from across each other. As they tell you to take on a seat. Well, they tell you they got the parts, they got the deal, and if you want, they can make this a regular thing. That's really up on you, sir.
And what are we looking at right now?
Well, one of the gentlemen slides on over. And his tie is a little bit more... The only difference between the 2 is his tie is a little bit more vibrant. But honestly, that's about it. He slides it on over to you. And in the folder, it has the... Wow. Now, you've done your research. You know what exactly the best of the best military grade, almost presidential quality armaments it takes. Well, it seems like they've gotten that information. Seems like the UK has acquired, let's put it that way, acquired some of its tastes and has brought it on over. They have gained access to it and have made only just a minor few changes. Just that being in how it appears, nothing in its quality. They don't want it to look like the crazy mumbo American bullshit. Nah. They want it to be clean, they want it to be accurate. They're gonna slide it on over to you. There's a price tag attached to it. I didn't do the math. I should. Half the times. Okay. If you give them, not counting the money that you've already given them for the deal, but if you give them an extra 60,000.
60,000?
Correct.
So another $6 million.
Or 600,000?
600,000.
600,000?
600,000.
You need
Did I
more
say it
booze.
weird? Did I do that? I might have.
You need more booze.
More booze! Finally, something I can agree with.
600,000. 600,000. Is that better?
Yes.
He can guarantee you not only what you requested, but there are improvements that he can make upon it. They're going to fix the windows, reinforce those, reinforce the tires. And not only that, but they can give you communication better like you've ever seen from whenever you need it to be sent. They ask if you accept this deal.
A satellite system?
They look at each other. If you want, if you can roll me an insight and a mental. But if you don't want to, otherwise it just seems like they kind of just give each other with permission of what they can say.
See if it wants to work for me.
Not, I can just roll it for you. Weighted dice, always better.
Alright, so what'd you say?
Alright, let me pull up your character sheets. There we go. So you can roll me any mental, and roll me an insight. You don't have any insight, so just be your mental, which would be 2. If not, I can roll it for you. That way you don't waste our time.
Yeah, go for it. It ain't working.
That's why you do weighted dice. 2 successes. Oh, I hate these dice.
How many did you roll?
You-
2?
you-
2 and 2
it sounds
successes.
like a
Good
love-hate relationship there.
I love them as Yine. I hate them as the crone.
Sid.
No, you're Sid. I'm the crone.
That's fair. You like them as a player, you hate them as the DM.
Right, right. They're your bane.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking awesome as a player. Yes. I would like to always win. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Reading these gentlemen. Well, first things first. They are confident in what they are selling you. They are confident that it will do what they said it will do. Tires, glass. Not only that, but just reinforcements. Not only that, but they seem enthusiastic about this deal. Honestly, it seems like that if they were given the opportunity in your shoes, they would jump on it. Without a doubt. It's eerie.
It's a good deal.
It's eerie, honestly, with how excited that they are. It's so business pushy. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Well, gentlemen, I will look over the upgrade package and I'll get my people in contact with you.
Alright, they both nod as they thank you for your time. The one in the vibrant tie, still though, hilarious enough, blonde hair, blue eyes, sharp features, dressed in a very sharp blue-like suit. Takes your hand, gives you a shake, as he thanks you and looks forward to the further in relationship the two of you will form. He then looks over at his colleague, who also gives a nod, and they make their way on out towards the elevator until they make their way on down. A few moments until one of your secretaries that Heck, you don't even know her name. Once again, that ain't part of your job. She pops her way on in, looking cute, which is doing good. She kind of cleans up the area. She asks if she should give him a call back, sir.
Have a seat.
She looks a little nervous, but she takes a seat.
I'm going to look over this upgrade package of theirs, see if there's what's all in it, because I'm more interested in this communications package.
Yeah, so really what seems like they're willing to upgrade, which I think that the US is lacking on, is glass, tires, armament. They definitely think that you could do a lot better in the quality of your bulletproof, let's say, I mean armament's the best way, but your bulletproof protection on these vehicles. And not only that, but they're willing to offer you a deal on not just a one-time transaction, but probably a multiple transaction that you guys can form with each other. So you don't only have one, but several of these limousines rolling around. That seems to be the deal, the package. Honestly, from what you've been able to gather so far, their deal will probably only save you an extra $200,000. But hey, that's $200,000 in your pocket if you're willing to trust them.
I know I'm pushing this pretty hard, but I'm hung up on this communications thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently in the package it says nothing about it.
Really, all in the package that talks about it is, it's so hush hush. It's, man, you've seen this kind of communication before. And it's really only when you ever work with Bowman that it's so
Tight.
tight and cryptid, exactly. They're ready for any lawsuit, any error. It's definitely a risky way to go if you wish to accept.
What I will close up the package, hand it over to the secretary, and say, send this off to my legal team, and I want one thing changed in it.
Yeah, absolutely. She opens it up, kind of pulls out a scrap piece of paper. She kind of fixes up her hair a little bit. And she asks, what would you like, sir?
I'm not that formal, you can drop all this crap.
Oh. Okay. What would you like, sir?
The tires will stay the non-air tires.
No air tires. Okay. And what else, sir?
That's about it.
No air tires. That's all you want me to say to them, sir?
You'd be surprised how much that will change the contract.
Okay. Whatever you say, sir, I'll get it done. I promise you that. Anything else you want me to do, sir?
No, that'd be all.
Okay. She takes up a folder, pulls it on up, cleans herself up. Alright, she's gonna make her way out of the room. You have some pretty strong struts for a woman. She opens up the door. She's gonna close it up behind her.
I'm gonna call my actual secretary.
close up. Call it in. 2 moments passed. Hey, boss. What do you need? Government answers.
I need some remodeling done that I just thought of.
Yep, give it to me.
Right, so we're gonna knock out all of the elevators up to the 99th floor. That's as high as they go, except for mine, which needs a triple encryption.
99. Triple encryption. Alright, got it.
Same with the car elevator.
Car elevator. Yep, triple encryption. Yep, got it. What else, boss?
I don't know. How about some IHOP? I'm kind of hungry.
IHOP? Fuck, dude. When do you want it?
Just like a 5-stack.
5-stack. Let's give you an hour. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Alright, anything else, boss?
That'd be it.
Alright. Sounds good. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Bye. Cleans up. You feel confident. You know, your secretary. Well, I don't know if you do. Would you care, actually, to know his name? I don't know if you would.
Depends on how long he's been my secretary.
He's probably been your secretary for 15 years. So would
Yeah,
you
I should probably
care to
know his name.
Okay.
George.
I just want to make sure. No, Andrew. Andrew is his name.
That is too perfect. You have no idea.
So Andrew has been your secretary for about 15 years. He's always just kind of like, yep, yeah, well, whatever. But he gets it done, so what's there to complain about?
Yeah.
Alright, well, you know that everything will get done in about an hour. You'll probably have your IHOP, so...
Hell yeah.
It's not a bad day.
Why am I craving IHOP now, damn it?
I did that on purpose, actually.
God damn it. Alright, I can move over to Taylor, and then I think we'll be finishing up for the night. That sounds
Alright.
good. Well, you are still coming to terms with the fact that there is something on your forehead. An eyeball, to be precise. There is no denying that. And her answers... Honestly, it feels like she is giving you answers, so they don't help any.
Seems to be a theme with this person.
Well, the last thing I said was teach me. So what can she teach me? Can you help me open this eye to see more?
She asks if you will trust her.
I already have.
She will make her way towards you around the table. She touches your forehead. She closes her eyes as only her third eye opens. And it begins to bleed. Almost cry. Blood. Drips. 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 She tells you it almost looks like she begins to cry from her own eyes. Though these tears are normal. What you'd expect. Clear water. Not as dark as this third eye drips. She tells you, child, so much that she could tell you, but she doesn't know what is important. You know so much, that you know so little. She's gonna take your hands.
I will ask her to teach me about this vampirism.
I wish I could. She squeezes your hands. I wish I could. But let me tell you this. You are special. And I mean special. When you see these talents, when you see these gifts, you are special. You are better than that. You are what they strive for, dear. You are what they want to be, dear. You are special. And I wish I could lead you, but I can't. You will do that yourself.
Where do I start?
You start by watching. You see so little. She kind of reaches on over and touches, not the eye, but around the eye. Is it still enough to kind of give you that discomfort? You see so little. That's okay. You do not need to see. Not right now, dear. Not right now. But you will. You have seen what you need to see. You have seen your allies, and you have seen those you can trust. That's more than any of us get, dear.
Audible confusion, because I haven't seen shit.
She will take your arm. Open your eye, dear. Open your eye and tell me what you see.
I'll try to open my eye.
Okay. Which one?
My third eye, obviously. The one that's closed.
The one on my left. Close your eyes. You try to open your center eye. Go ahead and roll me a composure and a resolve. AKA, you know, your willpower.
I don't know if that worked. Hold on. Go ahead and roll the cheat dice. It don't work.
How many?
6.
6?
I'm as good as Sid and I'm level
I
1.
hate using these dice. They hurt my soul.
Why have you failed us so much soon?
I have dice over there if you need.
Here we go. You ready for this?
I see.
You
lots
ready
of
for this?
successes.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 successes, so 7. This is what I'm dealing with.
You mean 5 2 crits.
2, yeah, I said 2 success. That's fair. I'm used to saying it in
I
our
got
lingo.
nervous for a second.
That's fair.
Yeah, 7. I'll
You
take a
get me.
7 on my 6 roll.
I hate these dice.
I love these dice.
Fast and Furious. All right. Fuck. I didn't prepare for extra shit.
You should take a drink. That will help you.
I don't need you.
Yes, you should. I hope you roll badly, as it always does.
Has nothing to do with me.
It has
Bullshit.
everything to.
Yeah.
I've rolled a lot as drunk, and it just happens to the dice. I write it down so I don't fuck up.
Just take a sip
so.
from that lovely cup of yours.
We call them
Cheers.
story dice. Hold on. Gotta hit it.
I love story dice.
Yeah,
but
story
even Matt Mercer has
Story dice are
great
great.
story dice. It's just a coincidence.
Yes, story dice.
Do you guys
yes.
watch Critical Role? Because his fucking, like, his
I watched
jester
the
reading
first
the tarot
campaign they did.
cards. Oh, okay, that's fair. The jester cards was beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
I
Yes, it
I
was.
couldn't believe it.
It was literally perfect.
Yeah. Okay. 6, 7.
7.
Can't he stop? You're pushing your luck.
No, I'm not.
Your eye opens. And you can feel it open. As you can see that once again, almost 340 vision that surrounds you. Almost 360, almost the entirety. You're probably as good as birds, ravens can see around them. And as you look at her, Vidoma, you can see something that begins to drip from your eye in the center. It is dark, thick, as it runs down your face. You don't notice that as first, as your attention is drawn to what you see as you look at Vidoma. She is an angel. I mean, she only wants the best for you, for those around you, for your family. And though she may not understand in its entirety the will of God, she knows that she can at least betterment that will. That is what she lives for. She wants to serve, she wants to help. She doesn't want to send people down a path that will shorten their lives. No. A short life, she knows, means nothing. It is to live its fullest and its potential. She squeezes your hand. And she tells you, dear, that you are an angel. You are what you are, and there is
Bless you.
nothing that she can teach you in such ways. You are born such. You are gifted such. See, she herself is not sure, but that is what you are. You are an angel. And you will help those in your journey and in your destiny. And you will better them for it, whether they know it or not. You are a good person, whether you believe it or not.
I will begin to cry, and I'll give her a hug.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she easily accepts you into the hug. She lets you cry. This doesn't seem to be unexpected for her. She lets you cry it out as she holds you and hugs you. And you're not quite sure how much time passes until you are faced with her. Faced. Her eyes open, staring at yours. Her hands are in yours. Compassionate, pitiful, supportive. All that remains is your eye that is closed.
I will walk this path. I will help these people. Thank you. Thank you.
eye closes. She squeezes yours. You are a salubri. I can speak clearly. I'll pretend like no one can hear me. You are the favorite clan. Cain himself had many, many children. But it was you, your ancestry, which was his favorite. You understand what it means to be dead. You understand what it means to be a vampire. You, and you alone, understand that hell is not your destiny. Hell is not your final destination. There is more for that for you, a salubri, than any of the other clans. Because you care. Because you are good. You are closest to Jesus Christ than any of the other clans. You care about the mortals, and you care about heaven. You care about the rules of morality, unlike any of the others. You understand that being better and stronger, that's what makes you what you are. And as she holds your hands and all her eyes closes, you understand that you are what every person desires to be. You are intelligent, you are social, you are physical, you are beautiful, you are average, you are intelligent, you are mediocre. You are everything that someone desires to be. That is what you are. You are a salubri. A salubri. A salubri. You are a salubri. You are perfection, and not in a biased view, but in the view of God Himself. You are perfection. And you can lead all of those unfortunate souls that surround you to that perfection. You are good. You are a salubri. And as she squeezes your hands, she tells you you are the 13th, my dear. And there will only ever be 13 of your kind. Fight for us. Fight for our survival. You understand what we are. Yes, I can see it in your eyes. We wish only the good, my dear. We want only the best, whether they understand it or not. You will uphold that. And I may not survive for much very long. My time grows short. But promise to all of us that you will fight.
I'll squeeze her hands, and I'll tell her, the angels will live on.
Squeezes yours. You will do me proud, dear. I have seen it. My eye has seen it. There is no doubt in my mind that you will do us proud. But just promise me one thing.
Anything.
Promise me you won't give up, dear. No matter what happens to you, and no matter what you see, you can't let the ferocity and the viciousness and glorification of kind define you. No, you can't let that happen, dear, no matter what happens. Promise me that.
I promise.
Squeezes your hands. I know, dear. I know.
I stake my very soul on it.
I see your soul, dear. It is scared, confused.
I won't let that stop me. I will fight.
You see well up in her eyes. It's like tears, but darker. Darker. As it finally drips a dark red. Only from the center eye. No other eye seems to show much emotion. As her middle eye cries, blood. Blood. I did not wish this for you, child. It was just what was necessary. I only obey that which I'm supposed to obey. And I see what you are, child. I see. I will help you. I will fight for you. I will die for you, child. My time grows short, nevertheless. And I knew it was only a matter of time before I was supposed to pass on. But you are good, child. You are good. I will die for you. I will fight for you. Understand that, child. Please understand that. No matter what happened in these nights, no matter how quick they come, I will fight for you, okay? She takes your hand.
I'll squeeze her hand.
Yatsa!
Ah!
Where did you get that? Do not see the sun. It has no favors for you. It will only do you harm. It won't do you any good. Embrace that which you've seen. Don't take lightly what you have learned today, dear.
Thank you.
She will stand on up. Slow. Almost like her facade, but honestly it seems naturally slow, almost like she's nervous. She finally comes on in and takes you in for a hug.
I'll give her a hug.
It's tight, it's warm, it's things like that from your grandmother.
That's nice.
She feels your pain. She's lived through it. She knows what you are going to expect. She wants to help, she really does. But there's only so much that she can do. As the hug breaks, as you pull away. I will tell you this, dear. The person you seek, they were no longer the person that you thought they were. They were different, dear. Very different. Something overcame them, and I wish I could tell you what it was, but I can tell you what they became. Malkavian, dear. Malkavian is the word you seek. No longer themselves of mind. Chaotic, uncontrolled. That is what became of your sister.
Matters not. My love for her is the same.
I hope so. If so, you could do her much good. I tried to tell that to the nice man, but he seeks only compensation. He wants only to harm this man and potentially your sister. I'm sorry, dear. Your time grows very short.
Who was this man? How can I find him?
He goes by many names. For the one he wished me to call him was Graham Winters. Human, mortal, only cares about greed, money, not that the betterment of society. No, dear, not at all. He cares about himself, his image, that which he portrays. Not at all does he care about others. You best be careful. He looks for your sister as well. He looks for those who harm your sister, and I fear very greatly that he won't know the difference. He will see what your sisters become, and he will shoot. He will see those that made her what she is, and he will shoot. He is all about the money, dear. He is not about the purpose like you are. You care about the reasoning. Yes, you do, dear. You are a good lad. Yes, you are.
How may I find him?
I told him things that I will tell you that I did not tell him. She is cursed, as are we. We are what they call a salubri. Salubri we are. We are a gift. There are only ever 13 of us that ever exist at a time. You are the 13th, dear. You are destined to be the newest generation. You are 13. I am 12th, as it is said to be. He cares not of that. He cares only the greed. He cares only to learn what your sister is and who harmed her, and to do away with such. That is what he is paid to do. But I will tell you this, my dear. Your monster, though I do not agree with such terms, is a Malkavian. He is haunted with such pain of his past, such agony, such much torture. That is what he is. It is not his fault, dear. A Malkavian has taken the life of your sister, but she still lives. She is not lost. She is only corrupted. You like the medical terms? I will use such with you. She has been inflicted with a disease of the mind and the body. Malkavian, her mind is corrupted and her soul is such as well. But with my knowledge, you could save her. And you must fight this man. He will do only harm and death. You have seen it as such.
I will fight no man. I will teach him. He can be better. Everyone can.
You are right, dear. You are very right. He is better than that, he knows. He thinks he is only one thing, but he can be more than that. He is more than a killer. He is more than a man. He is an angel. And you will so show him such gratification. You are a good lass. Shake your hands. I will stay. I plan to stay for such time, dear. I want to stay for at least 2 weeks. There's much I have to tell her about Chicago, much they needs to know, and so many people hasn't visited me yet. I will stay, and you are free to come and answer any questions that I may bear, but save your sister. She deserves it. She didn't deserve this fate that was pushed upon her.
If I bring her to you, can you help us?
I will promise, as her third eye closes, no such things, but I will promise that I will try. Her eye opens. I should bring it in for a hug.
I will hug her.
Creepy old lady, you'll hug her?
Hell yeah. It's been like 8 times now.
Yep. Hugging, hand squeezing, and cryptic
We're-
rambling circular statements.
We're fucking angels. I will help everyone.
You're not wrong.
Listen,
All
I think
right.
we need all the help we can get over here.
You're damn right. I have a bunch in leadership.
You're still unclear, but you give her a hug, and you feel, without
an angel.
your consent, we'll put it that way.
Ah,
Maybe that's not a good way to put it, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
Without your attempt, I don't know.
I didn't ask for it.
You didn't ask for it. Your third eye opens as you hug her. As you can see, your almost 340 vision around you.
Nothing more alcohol.
She has to keep drinking. She has lots of drink left.
No. You feel.
No.
No, is my answer.
We've hit the wall, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
There's always a wall,
At least we can finish your arc off. Question mark.
right?
It's, yeah. We went for a while.
You feel yourself. It's almost like hugging your grandmother. She pulls away from you and As your eye unconsciously opens to look into hers, it's like a strange sense of companionship. Your eye looks into hers, her eye looks into yours, and her eye sees exactly what you're going to see. It's been through the abuse of time. It's just like any grandparent looking at their grandchild. Her arms hold you as her eye stares into yours. And I think we'll leave it there for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So a good place to stop.
It's 4 in the morning, right? I can read time.